What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Uber Technologies with the ticker symbol UBER. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So just an update on the Vee Trades course. I'm almost done recording all my videos, and then I'm going to go into editing it very well, adding a bunch of pictures to it and any details that would help you guys understand the price action better. And hopefully I can release it in the middle of March or late March. So let's take a look at the Uber chart. Now, we did have this huge pop-up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people thinking, is this the bottom or not? Well, I'm going to show you why it's not the bottom for numerous reasons. First, we got to look at the trend. You can see the EMA is still intact, pointing downwards. Most of the price bars are below it, so really nothing super bullish as of right now. You can see that we had this spike down right here, and then prices went inside of a flatter channel. Let's go ahead and make the spike green. I'm going to put a flatter channel on here, starting from, I believe, this gap over here between these two candles. If I drag this down, this fits pretty good. You go and angle it a little bit higher because we had a little break on top. So this looks pretty good. I would say this is the downtrend channel that Uber is respecting. You can see we got 3 touches up here, we got a lot of touches down here, and then we got a rejected here, we got a double rejection here. So this channel is the channel that Uber is respecting and all the other professional traders are looking at, because once they see prices come to the support, they either take the profits, and then you probably have people trying to pick the bottom and buy the bottom of this channel. Then you have the professional traders, when prices get back up here, they wait for a short setup to get in short with the trend. So that's just how people trade the markets. They look at these patterns, and if it holds, then they get in with the trend, because it's more profitable for people to short sell this market instead of buying it. You can see the gains that would be made from shorting the market are much larger than the retracements. You can see if someone went short right here, that's a 26% gain, and if someone went long, that's a 25% gain. But then you're going against the trend, you're counter trend trading, and the risk is much greater for prices to drop lower. This channel is a little weak, so you could technically trade it both ways, but it's not advisable. So let's take a look at the trend. Again, it's down. We did have this breakout side of the trend, so that could be a bullish pattern where we see a bigger retracement than what we had before, and that could lead to a breakout side on this side of the channel. However, we did come up short right over here. You can see that this candle bar came up short from the resistance side, and that led to a breakout here. So that could tell me that we're inside of a more aggressive downtrend channel working lower, so maybe something like this one. So if I connect the swings right there and I drag this lower, let me see 1 second. Let me drag it from, grabbing the wrong channel here. If I connect it from here, let me put this one back on where it was originally. I believe it was right there. Anyway, you can see that if I have a new downtrend channel form, you can see that we didn't get the breakout side of the channel. Let's go ahead and make this one orange. So we had a green, very aggressive one. We had a weak yellow channel, and now it looks like we could be inside of a more aggressive orange channel than the yellow one. So you can see that we did bounce from the support side, just like we had a double test over here. Let me go and erase all the drawings and show you guys just the channel that's currently working for Uber. So we had a lot of touches right there. We got a lot of touches right there. So this channel is working pretty nicely. So we did bounce from support. So where are we most likely going? We're probably going to go back up to resistance. Just like over here, we had a huge bounce up. I'm pretty sure everyone thought this was the bottom. We had a lot of buying, but then we found resistance. So there's still a lot of resistance on this chart. We have this orange channel, and then we have, again, the big yellow channel that could potentially act as resistance, but I'm a little doubtful just because we did have a break outside of it. Either way, we have the EMA, so there's a lot of resistance that the bulls have to work through. We got 3 right here. We got the EMA, we got the orange channel working lower, and you got the yellow channel working lower. Plus, you got all the negative news and the sentiment across the market. So I highly doubt this is the bottom. Let's take a look at the all-time highs. Just very good to make a note of, since Uber made an all-time high back here in I believe it was 10th of February of last year, or the 11th, excuse me. Let me drag this lower over. So it looks like Uber had an all-time high back here on 11th of February 2021. and it was at right at the $64 level, and ever since then Uber has been a downtrend. So it's already been 1 year since we've been in a bear market, and I don't think it's slowing down. We did come back to fill in this gap that I suspected will be filled, because the market doesn't like to have these empty spaces on the chart. But other than that, I mean, everything's still kind of pointing down. There's still a lot of resistance for the price action to work through, and it's just more profitable for the traders to be short selling this market instead of buying it. You can see that we did have this measured move right here. We had a triple top at this $48 level. We made a leg down, we came back up, we corrected. This was a second leg down. The measured move was surpassed. You can see the sellers went below the $32 level to enter the $20 levels, and that shows a lot of selling pressure, but we did bounce back, so there could be a lot of buyers at this level too. However, I mean, this is just one candle. It's just one point in time that the buyers wanted to buy this market up. However, you can see that numerous points in time that the sellers are still pretty strong. So if I was trading this, I would be still looking for lower targets. I'd be looking to short. I would just wait for this pullback to end, because I think we're going to see a bigger pullback just because the market is oversold. And if we were to travel lower, this would be the first leg down. Let me not drag the entire chart. I just want to drag the arrow. And this would be the second leg down. So we could be possibly in the formation of the second leg. And it's right at the $22, $23 level. So that's my target for Uber. We still have a long way to go. We are pulling back, but I think there's still a lot of overhead resistance. So even if the bulls were to push through the EMA like we did back over here, we can't be stalling out. You gotta have a confirmed uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows. You want to see this structure form. You don't want to see pops up. That's bearish technically. You'd be surprised. You think this green bar just pops up in the market, and you think that's bullish, but it's actually just bearish because we don't have any follow through. You want to see strength in the market. You don't want to just see pops up. It's just pretty much failed breakouts. But either way, I'm still looking for higher prices. I'm looking for prices to pull back to the $40 level. If it can get up here, maybe even surpass it. But I'll be surprised if this is the bottom. Just using probabilities and my technical expertise, I could be wrong. If the market changes and we just start making this pattern like I drew over here on the right side of the screen, then obviously we're not going to be reaching these lower targets, and it looks like something has changed. But as of right now, looking at the price bars that I've printed on the chart thus far, there's no reason to be bullish. I'll be bullish in the short term, meaning I'm waiting for the pullback to end, but I'm waiting for the trend to continue. So the trend is still down, and that's pretty much everything I have on the daily chart. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. We don't have a lot of historical data because it looks like Uber IPO'd back here in 2019 of May. So it's not a lot of price action. You can't really make you can still trade this chart. There's enough price bars to make a good trading decision. So you can see that this is a downtrend in place since the new all-time high was in place, and the trend is still down. On the weekly chart, it's even worse. Even though it's the same price action, the weekly chart just shows the more summarized viewpoint. It's the same price, it's just more summarized. So even on here, it's more clearly noticeable that we are in a downtrend. Everything is just pointing down. We did have huge pushes up when prices got near this lower side of the channel, the support side, so we could see a same type of pullback. Let's say maybe another 20% gain. Over here was another 25-30% gain, so we could see a pretty decent size pullback, maybe even a 40% gain. So either way, eventually we're going to get a breakout side of this yellow channel. Even then, we still have to wait see if the market will retest the previous lows, because that's what normally happens. So it's just a long waiting time. This can drag out till the end of this year before we see Uber possibly bottom out. So we are building resistance behind us. You can see that this level right here at this $37 level was previous support. We bounced from there, then we broke through it, found resistance from this big red candle right here. So we've tested it, found resistance. So it looks like we're coming back to test this prior level again, because we did bounce from this double bottom right here at this $29 level. So very close. We bounced from support. We're coming back to see if we find resistance or not. Either way, even if we do get a breakout side of this yellow channel, I'm still expecting a retest of the prior lows. So I don't think the $29 level is unattainable again. I think we could reach it again. In my eyes, I think Uber is just inside of a massive range. You can see if I draw it from the lows and I drag it to the highs, we had a triple top. Let's go and make this yellow range. Let's go and make this one orange downtrend channel. So normally how ranges work is we go from the upper side to the lower side and the lower side to the upper side. So since we're at the upper side of the range, we could go down to the lower side, maybe to the low 20s, low $20 levels. So if we have this downtrend, looks like it's going right to it. So you can see like my arrow is pointing right to it. So this is a target that prices are trying to reach to. Doesn't look like the support is holding. Looks like we're building resistance behind us. So still a lot of reasons to be bearish. I don't know why people would be bullish just because they saw a couple green candles. I mean, I showed you numerous times in the past in this downtrend that we had the same type of pullback, but still led to lower prices. If I was a bear, I would be a little scared. Don't get me wrong. If I was a bear, I'd be like, oh man, this is it's a lot of buying that we're seeing. But still, there's still like if it's kind of like a war, you could say that the bears have like their cannons ready to fire right over here. You know, it's kind of like that. This channel is like their cannon. It's like their wall, and the bulls are coming near it. So, I mean, the bears are still kind of in the lead. So that's everything I have on for Uber. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time and bye.